What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pull the Pin Podcast today. We're going to go over the Pebble Beach Pro-Am from last week, and we're also going to talk about the Genesis Invitational this week coming up. Tommy will join me shortly. Dan is out sick today, so I hope Dan feels better. Maybe he's watching. Maybe he'll shoot us some comments. You never know. But right out the gate, let's get right into the Pro-Am, the recap. Actually, let's do some plugs here real quick. So want to throw out to the Painted Lines. Thank you for always hosting us here on your YouTube channel. Throw out a shout out to Whoop, the Whoop strap that I've been wearing for almost a month now. It's helped a ton with all of my working out and everything like that. Thrive Fantasy app. Go on to Thrive Fantasy at PTP 2021 for a bonus code. At Twitter, we're at PTP 2021. Birdie Rap Review drops today, so that'll be out. And on Instagram, at Golf Lank. Also, want to talk about 686 golf pants today. Rocking some 686 pants. They're really comfortable. Let's get right into the recap here. I need to kill this music that's on in the background. So, obviously, Berger comes away with the win at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am last week. Spieth once again goes into the final round in the lead by 2 strokes and cannot finish. So came out hot again in the first 2 rounds and built a nice lead for himself, and Spieth just fades once again. Daniel Berger, on the other hand, struggled to finish the 3rd round, double bogey in 18, comes back the next day and eagles the 18th to secure the win. Really just, kind of in dramatic fashion, as Maverick McNeely had gotten himself in the hunt to -16. Spieth tried to finish. He went birdie to finish. That just wasn't enough after kind of sputtering all throughout the round. I'm going to run through some names. Paul Casey, I owe you an apology. I said not to pick you. You finished in the top 10. I think you were in the top 5. So good finish for Paul Casey after I kind of trashed him last week on the show. Is Patrick Cantlay a robot? I'm just kind of curious. He comes out every week and seems to really, put up a fight to win. Another top 5 for him. Nate Lashley, really in the hunt late. Easy big guy. Easy on hole 16. Those greens are way too nice to be pounding your putter into them. I'm sure they'll fix that up, but, chill out. Max Homa getting closer. Every week he gets a little bit closer. I really like him this week. Once we get into the Genesis Invitational stuff, we'll talk about Max Homa a lot today. Russell Knox, you almost made me a ton of money, man. If you could have just finished the 4th round, you were my big pick in my DraftKings app. I would have taken home a nice little paycheck. And local hero Jim Furyk, he finishes 21st. Mainly playing on the senior tour these days. He comes out and plays really well this weekend. Now, we'll get into the Genesis here. We're looking at the best field we've had so far. I mean, this is a field that is typical of major championships. We have 8 out of the top 10 playing it, 30 out of the top 50, 121 guys in the field, and really just a star-studded cast. I think the only 2 guys that are in the world rankings in the top 10 that aren't playing are Webb Simpson and Tyrell Hatton, which, just that means this field is absurd. Playing at Riviera Country Club, a famous club. What's up, Dibler? How's it going, man? Will Phil Collins be playing? Maybe he'll be playing the drums in the background, man. One can only hope, right? So they'll be at Riviera Country Club this week. It's a par 71, 7,300 yards, and just a classic course. A couple of guys that'll be out there that have won a lot. Bubba Watson has won this event 3 times. Last year, Adam Scott won it. Both of those guys are back. I think that guys who've had success on this course, you'll see as we run through this. I'm trying not to get too far ahead before Tommy joins us. You'll see as we run through this, though, guys who have played well at Riviera tend to play well at Riviera. It's kind of a course that kind of runs that comparable setup where when you have guys that have had success there before, they'll continue to have success. Hi there. Are you looking for your iPad? So I'll jump into my top 20s. Most of my top 20s I think could be top 10s this week. The field is so strong that I think any of the guys that we're listing right now are worth the money to put a couple bets on for top 20, top 10. Don't know about top 5. Top 5 is a little bit trickier this week. But I think Jordan Spieth once again plays well. He finishes in the top 20 here. He's just going to continue to ride that streak. I don't think he breaks the top 10 this week. I think the last 2 weeks have been really good for his confidence. But this week I think he's a little more consistent. Doesn't have that crazy low round, but plays 4 consistent rounds, and that's kind of what we're looking for as Jordan Spieth fans as well. I've got Adam Scott. I think he'll be in the top 20 this week as well. Hasn't missed a cut all year and won it last year. Love him to be in the top 20, especially seeing as though he won here last year. A guy to really look out for. I think you could put him in top 20, top 10, and maybe even as a flyer pick to win is James Hahn. James Hahn, who really kind of crumbled at the end of the Waste Management, has played well here at the Genesis in the past, and is just a guy that's kind of playing well here lately. Bubba Watson, he's won here 3 times. I love him in the top 20. This course just fits his eye for whatever reason. When Bubba Watson is at Riviera, he plays extremely well. Lag putts there really well. Just really plays this course strong. Sam Burns is another guy that I like to be in the top 20 this week. Sam Burns has been playing really consistent golf, and I think that'll continue here as we continue on. What's up? Are you in? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Thanks,
as
man. Appreciate
here in the top 20s, my top 20 guys: Jordan Spieth, Max Homa, Adam Scott. Or I have Max Homa in top 10. I'm sorry, I just put him in the wrong category here. Like James Hahn, and love Bubba to be in the top 20 again, just because he loves Riviera, and Sam Burns. So, Tommy, we went over the basically we've been going over the field. It's solid A to the top 10, maybe even an A plus.
Yeah, I would say A plus. I can't argue with you one bit there.
I think it's more of a major-esque field than we've had here in the last couple of weeks. It's a little bit of a longer track, 7,300 yards, par 71, a reachable par 4, short par 3 or 2. And do you want to hop back to the Pebble Pro-Am quick?
Yeah,
Anything you want to say about that?
Daniel Bergers is someone we've talked about all year. As underrated, been trending in the right direction for a while, been having a really solid year. It was only a matter of time till he ran into a win, so I don't think either of us are shocked that he went out and got it. And man, he really went out and got it yesterday.
Yes, he did.
Oh my God. Like right out the gate. Eagle, sticks it again on 4, birdie. Like he went out and took that from everyone else, other than, as I heard you talking about earlier, Lashley, go ahead and
easy big boy.
Kicking himself out and should have got kicked out of the tournament, but in my opinion.
Yeah, easy big boy.
Yeah, I don't know if he should have got a check last week after that, but that's just me. Yeah. But but looking at this field, just up and down, like there's not a single name on here that you're just like, there's just, oh man, it's just stacked.
With how well Jordan Spieth is playing right now, and I have him in the top 20 pick, that just talks about the where we're at. Who are some guys you like in the top 20?
Somebody-
we're not looking for our
Yeah.
aces. Obviously, we'll go over the chalk picks
Yeah.
because there's a bunch of them this week. But somebody that's going to sneak into the top 20 or be in the top 20 that you think is a pretty sure thing.
It's your guy that I'm not usually a big fan of, but another guy who came out and showed a little bit was Homa last week. You might
I
have
got
converted me.
him. I got him top 10 this week.
You might. I agree with that. I think you might have converted me there.
Somebody else on the Max Homa train in the PTP house.
I mean, I was always saying I thought he was more of like a funny Twitter guy, but man, he came out and played.
He balled out.
He did ball out. I like Molinari. I know he didn't play great, but I think that was kind of his warm up last week. And on a tougher track like this, he
looks out of sorts.
Yeah, but
like just watching the tournament, he just
that was his first tournament back. It's fine. I think that on a tougher track like this, I can see him going top 20.
Yeah, all right.
I like it. I think I don't put too much value in last week. For me, that was like a preseason game.
Okay.
All right.
I like where you're at there.
I think that he's just getting back in the competition, and now he's gonna fall out this week. I think. Never can go wrong with Victor Hovland. I'm a big Hovland guy.
I got him doing a little better this week than top 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. But keep going.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, definitely right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of reacquainting myself with the list here real quick.
Tommy got kind of a rush right before we started today, so I was trying to man.
Good problems, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Great store problems. We're always happy when we see Golf Etc. packed up. I wasn't quite ready to be the lone show, but I think I handled
it well. I heard it. I was hearing it in the background. You're getting it done. But I still did a fitting in 35 minutes. So I mean, that's
hell yeah, man. I was impressed. So
I mean, Ches is always top 20 for me.
Yeah, you love your Ches Reavie.
But like never like he's just a steady Eddie kind of guy.
Yep. So I think
Adam Scott's one too.
I got Adam Scott in the top 20 this week.
Yeah.
He won it last year. He hasn't missed a cut this year. He's playing pretty decent golf. I don't like him to win. I don't like him to be in the top 10. He hasn't been quite that consistent this year. Making the cut, in every event is one thing. Getting inside the top 10 is another.
Spieth to me is at most a top 20 pick.
That's where I have him this week.
I just don't think he's been right there the last 2 weeks. That's exhausting, like mentally exhausting. But he is playing really, really well.
We got a question from Dybler. What's the greatest shot you've ever seen in person? Well, for me, it was actually a friend in Dybler. You know this person, Eric Urban, had a hole-in-one. Tommy was there as well.
Yeah.
So it's just the most recent one that we've seen. But Eric Urban, a hole-in-one on hole 6 at Donegal Highlands. Was that in November?
Yeah, back in November. Yeah.
6 iron, spun it back into the hole.
I mean, I have quite a few. It's hard to pick from.
That one was just the one that came to mind right away.
One for me that came to mind right away. I mean, there might have been better ones, but I was playing in a college match at Hershey Country Club, the drop down par 3, 16, and kid flew about 10 feet past the hole, spun it right back in the hole, and you got to see it go in.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
This is terrible, but when the LPGA was when the LPGA US Open was at Lancaster Country Club, I was on the hole that there was a hole-in-one. In that tournament, I had drank so much, I don't remember what hole it was. I don't remember who it was, but I saw it go in.
That's all that matters. I saw Michelle Wee hit the pin on the drivable par 4 as well at the US Open, so that was pretty cool.
Eric's on my team for the TPL charity event. I don't think you want that die where he had a hole-in-one. I didn't say he was good. No, he's sneaky good. That is a great thing to bring up right now. Dybler just brought it up on the comments. We are thinking about doing a Painted Lines charity golf event in the fall of 2021. So that's pretty awesome. We're going to start trying to put that together here in the near future. Let's break into top 10s. Patrick Cantley, my continued thing with Patrick Cantley is I'm convinced he's a robot.
Yeah.
I'm convinced he had some issues early in his career.
Yesterday.
He didn't look great, but he still ends up top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, he's top. It's insane. He
doesn't have a single weak facet of his game either.
No, he doesn't. He plays really well.
Like he's just like I don't know. He's like a Daniel Berger, a better version of Charles Howell III. Like just does everything well, but not necessarily
Right.
anything great. Yeah.
I don't know why, but Kuchar plays well at Riviera. I could see him sneaking into the top 10 this week, and it's going to be a nice money pick for you. So
Yeah,
like
it's
if
gotta be value. for
right,
sure.
exactly, you're going to be able to make like a $4 or $5 bet on Kuchar to be in the top 10, and it'll actually pay you out pretty good. I think Koepka could sneak into the top 10. I don't love him this week, but you can't hate him. He just won, so he's got a possibility. I think our boy Will Zalatoris has a shot at it. I really do. He's a great long iron player, and long
I
irons
just
are
think
what
he's
win
gonna
at
get
Riviera.
burned out eventually here.
I don't disagree. He didn't play great this past week.
Yeah. He's
But
played like 6 of 7 weeks. That's the only reason
Yep.
I'm like,
yep,
he's burning himself. He's got to be burning it at both ends at this point.
absolutely. I don't
Yeah.
disagree. I just
Mhm.
I like my theory on picks this week were guys that are great long iron players are guys that are going to play well at Riviera. So you got your Colin Morikawas, you've got your well Will Zalatoris. I don't want to give away a couple of my picks right now, so I'll just
I
leave
mean,
it
we
at
were
that.
remiss if we didn't give Tony Finau a top 10. I mean, yeah,
Right there, yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
You know, Tony Finau, I think is a pretty sure bet for a top. Not a sure bet, nothing's a sure bet, but it's a good bet for a top 10. It's
I
not
don't
gonna.
know if it's gonna pay out anything.
It's
but
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Nice. It's not gonna pay you to do it. I like Victor Hovland to be in the top 10. I don't think he's good enough to win in this field yet.
Mhm.
Yet.
I don't know if he's not good
Yet.
enough. I just don't think he's experienced enough yet. 'Cause he's good enough to win anywhere.
Experience is a better term.
Yeah.
I just wrote down good enough because I was hurrying.
Mhm.
I like Scotty Scheffler a lot this week.
I was gonna say that too. I know I like myself some Scotty
Yeah,
Scheffler,
but I like him
yeah.
this week a lot. That course sets up well for him, I think. Where are you at with your top 10s? What do you think?
Cameron Champ stands out to me. Just looking down the list,
I like it.
maybe somebody that you might not have had down, but
I don't, but I
just-
normally like
dude-
myself some
dude
Cameron
can,
Champ.
Dude can play like in a longer track where length is going to be a huge thing. Where he's going to be hitting 7, 6 irons, where
Yep.
some people are going to be hitting 5, 4 irons.
Yep.
That's going to be a huge advantage, and he can flat out putt too. So if it's going to come down to who can hit the long irons better, when
I'm adding him to my bet list.
Yeah.
I like it, Tom. You talking?
I mean that's what it comes down to. Anytime you're going to be hitting 1 or 2 less clubs in the greens that people are going to be hitting 2 more clubs than you got such an advantage. That he's going to be able to go after pins. Other guys won't be able to go after. You'll be able to just hit more greens in general. So I like myself some Cameron Champ as a top 10, maybe a top 5, but definitely putting him down for top 10.
What do you think Daniel Berger does this week?
I wouldn't put money on him.
No.
I don't like to bet on anyone right after they win. That's
You never know
such
what
a
they
high.
do after they win. Either.
Yeah, you don't know. Like,
taking a day or two off.
Yeah.
Like I always love the story of Tiger after he won. Somebody was like, the Monday after he won one of his majors, he was at the driving range. And they're like, "What are you doing? You just won a major." And he was like, "Well, I want to win the next one." You just don't know who has that in him.
Matthew Naismith, I'd go back for maybe a top 20.
Yeah,
came out and did really well last
Yes,
week.
he did.
I don't know what he ended up finishing at.
2 weeks in a row, he played really well.
Yeah, and I'm sure he probably didn't finish high enough last week to where the money line didn't move too much on him.
Yep.
You could probably bet him a top 20, top 10, and make a little bit of change.
I like Adam Hadwin this week for a top 10.
That's a name I haven't heard in a while, but I like it.
I think he's starting to round into form a little bit. Didn't play last week. Kevin Na's another guy. He's not very long, but he's just so good. I like Kevin Na to at least be in the hunt if he plays well on Thursday.
I mean,
If he
anything's
doesn't play
possible.
well-
Anything's possible with his putter. Let's
Right.
just say that.
If he doesn't play well on Thursday, obviously that's.
Do I agree with you? No. Do I?
He made me a lot of money this year. I can't help it.
But can you ever really go against his putter? Not really, because when it gets hot, he's the best putter on tour.
Right. So out of the chalk picks, I'll run down them real quick right now. Tell me who you like the most, and I'll make my joke. So Dustin Johnson, John Rahm, Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, and obviously Xander Schauffele. He'll finish second.
None of the above. None of the above.
No, I said who do you like out of the chalk picks? I'm not asking who your pick is.
Well, I don't care because you missed the most important one, which is Brooks Koepka.
I already talked about Koepka.
Oh, well, I wasn't here for that.
Yes, you were. You were. I said I like Koepka for a top 10 possibly.
Well,
but
I
don't
think he is fine. I do too. I would go with, but of those,
I'm-
probably John Rahm.
He's not a chalk pick right now. He's not in the top 10. These are the top 10 guys in the world. So
Okay,
that's
fair
what
enough.
that was what
I
was
would say
getting at.
John Rahm, but I've been riding that John Rahm train for a while now, and he hasn't done a whole lot for me. So I don't know what that says about it.
I think mine would be out of that group. It'd be Colin Morikawa because of what kind of iron player he is. He's just too damn good with his long irons. He's ranked third in the world in shots 175 to 200 yards, which is just nuts. And so I like him a lot. I don't disagree with your Koepka pick. I just mean that he's not in that group right now.
You know why though? But Koepka's only not in the top 10 because he doesn't care about being top 10.
Sure, I don't disagree.
If he wanted,
with that.
if Koepka wanted to be a perennial top 5 guy in the world, he would just play more often. But he doesn't care.
No, I don't disagree with that. Yeah. I don't. So the next thing I'm looking at here are sleepers. So I've got a couple here. Well, hold on. I do have a couple other top 10s that I like. Norlander, Kokrak, Wesley Bryant all have shots to be top 20, top 10.
I like myself some Jason Kokrak.
So if you're looking for really good value for a top 10, those are paying out $5 bets are paying out at like $120, $150 for them to finish in the top 10. So those are ones to think about. As far as sleeper winner picks,
I got 2.
I have 3.
You go for it.
I think Joaquin Neiman, who hasn't played in a little while, is a possibility. I'm going to Top Golf today in honor of this podcast. Gint, my man, tell me how it goes. Throw a little video on your phone. I want to see your swing. We'll dissect it on the next podcast.
For sure.
I like Joaquin Neiman this week. He hasn't played in a couple of weeks, and when he was playing, he was hot. Just the opposite of Zalatoris, where you're worried about him burning out. I think Neiman took a little bit of a break and comes back and plays well.
We're calling it his breakout year.
Exactly.
We've already called it on this podcast. It's his breakout year. So,
and I believe if it's not one of the chalk picks to win this week, my boy Carlos Ortiz out a win this week.
I love that.
I am putting some nice money on Carlos.
Some money on that. I love that.
And then last, it's going to be a TPL at Topgolf. I'm joining Matt. Diver, I got to see that swing. I still have a driver for you, man. And if I win, we're watching The Dark Knight. Again, you got to see The Dark Knight whether he wins or not. Come on, man. My last one is the one I picked one this week that would make Dan mad, and then Dan's not here. So Doc Redman won the 2017 Amateur at Riviera, and
that's just some good research. Wow.
And I think he's got a shot, and I didn't even look up the odds, but they've got to be astronomical. So, I think I bet Johnson. What's Johnson's first name? The guy whose family, Camus or Kaimi.
Okay.
Kaimi Johnson. I bet $1 on it. Would have paid out like $1,200. I just bet $1 on him because he's a good story. But yeah, Joaquin Neiman, Carlos Ortiz, Doc Redman are the guys that I like.
Here are my 2 dumb picks of the week. I have 2 for you this time. And right. I know it didn't pan out last week, but Bryson Burgoon was leading halfway through the first round.
You had a whole lot of people thinking that you were really smart for a couple of minutes.
He was 5 under through 9. He looked really good. He just missed out. I just missed out making money on him this weekend. So, but 2 of mine are not so outlandish this week, but you're going to laugh at one of them. But I think both of them would, based off your analysis of the course, would do very well here. First being JB Holmes.
Yeah. He was. I can't stand how slow he plays, so I never pick him for anything.
But such a good ball striker.
Yes, he is.
Oh my gosh. And I think he plays 3-wood, 5-wood, which could come nice into play this. And my man, my real out there pick of the week, Keegan Bradley. I like myself some Keegan Bradley.
Swinging those shillelaghs, absolutely.
That man can hit the ball so far. And he won a playoff event, not too long ago, maybe 2 years ago. I'm gonna put myself $10 on Keegan Bradley this week.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
How about the fact that we made it all the way to this point and have not brought up Bryson DeChambeau?
That's impressive. That's
Thank
good.
God.
Thank God.
Actually, I think DeChambeau actually projects well at this course. I'm not going to bet on him. I don't think he will putt well enough to win.
Probably not worth it anyway. His odds are probably not.
His odds are terrible, but I forgot to put him in the chalk picks, which I feel bad about because he was in the top 10.
Yeah, but he deserves everything he gets. So
but if you want to put some money on him, the money's not worth it in my opinion. All right, so a couple of things. Keep your eye out on Twitter right now. Every day we're doing I'm not a golf pro. How am I wording this? I'm having a brain fart. Where's my phone? This is terrible. Terrible.
shout out to the Painted Lines for posting us as always. If you don't currently follow our Twitter page, it's PTP 2021. Ty's tweeting constantly, retweeting some great golf content. We got tweeted at by Max Homa the other day, so that's kind of cool. If you don't follow the store's Instagram page at Golf Etc. Link, you should. We do product reviews. We let you know when all the new product is coming in. We post a lot of really funny content as well as helpful stuff with your swing and everything. So make sure you go and follow both of those for us. They're both quality follows worth your time for sure.
And I am doing on Twitter now at PTP 2021 the I am not a golf pro tip of the day. So the last couple, just to read them off quick. One was don't be late for your tee time. If you are late for your tee time, the rule should be you have to do a shot for every minute you're late before the end of hole one. I think that's a good go.
Could get dangerous.
The one from today is if you can't handle your emotions on the course, stay home or drink enough that people like you.
We like that. Quality advice.
Last piece of our podcast, as usual, we're going to do our golf question. Big thing in golf in the PGA this week was that they are going to allow rangefinders. How do you feel, Tom? What do you think about it?
In theory, it's a good idea because it should work. But like every 100, I heard yesterday watching the golf that like 100% of caddies agree it's going to slow the game down significantly.
Yep.
Because here's the thing: is like, yeah, you don't have to walk off yard. Well, here. Ricky Fowler's caddy said, whether I shoot it or not, I'm going to have to shoot it 3 times, still walk it off anyway, still figure out my carry to cover that front bunker, probably shoot the front bunker now, and walk it off again. So it's just adding an extra step. It's not, they're hoping it'll eliminate all that walking off, but nobody in the field is going to let their caddy not do that anyway. So it's all it is adding 2 more steps to every single shot played.
Yep.
I think we might see 5.5-hour rounds this weekend.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think it just extends it for a hack like me or a good player like Tommy that goes out to their muni track and they don't have a caddy with them. It's a great tool. But caddies are amazing at what they do. And to add this variable really just is going to add time instead of subtract it. The caddy isn't going to be able to just do what the PGA believes that they're going to do with it.
Yeah, it's not going to, if he has 150 yards, it's not going to be like, shoot 150. Like, no, he's going to shoot it 3 times, like I said, 150, 149, 150, okay, it's 150.
Yeah.
Then, because that matters to those guys. Like, 149 to 150, as stupid as it sounds, they care about that difference.
Well, they're that good.
Yeah, they can
absolutely.
land at those different numbers. So, and then after they do that, they're going to walk it off, and they're going to be like, I got 151.6 or whatever for their estimate. And then it's like, then they got the wind, and then, oh, well, according to my book, I have it 135 to cover the front bunker. By the way, when I shoot it, it's 137. So, like, yeah, it's not gonna work the way they want it to. I think in the long run, it might, is if that becomes the new norm, where caddying becomes more like carrying the bag, giving some shot like recommendations and shooting it. Like maybe walking off distances becomes less of a norm in the long run. But this weekend, I would be surprised if they get in time. Like I wonder if they even finish on Sunday. Like period.
It'll be interesting to see how many of them actually use it. I think some players will just be like, don't bother. It's just not. It's going to take us out of our routine. They're such creatures of habit and routine. I think that's a possibility.
For sure, 100%.
And we'll finish up with this. Tommy already ran through a couple things. Thanks again to the Painted Lines. The blog will be out today, recapping last week. Check it out at thepaintedlines.com. Hopefully it'll be up today or tomorrow. Birdie Rap, the review drops today. It'll be out on the YouTube chat, the Painted Lines YouTube channel. It'll be on our Twitter account. Check it out. Birdie Rap, it is awesome. We like it a lot. Twitter at PTP 2021. Check out if you are interested in a fitness tracker. The Whoop is awesome. The Whoop is really cool. I've been using it for almost a month. It's really helped me dial in some of my fitness games. Now I just need to figure out how to get rid of my spare tire. They love it when I say that for some reason. I'm fat. I can't help it. Also, golf pants. 686 makes a great golf pant. They're the Anywhere pant and the Everything pants. They're a little expensive, but they are awesome. Check them out. They're super comfortable. I wear them every day. It's all I want to wear for the rest of my life. 686 pants. Check them out. All right, Tommy, anything else?
Put your money on Keegan Bradley this weekend. Let's make some money.
Carlos Ortiz.
Yeah. Let's get
All
it.
right. Have a good week, everybody.